A 1 in 4 trillion, with a T, chance that you were born. Those are the odds of conception and you being here. And by the way, it's 2024. If you were born 100 years ago, life was significantly harder. You were going into World War, and the next 60 years of your life is some of the worst wars of our entire history of a country. And horrifying humanitarian crisis, droughts, famine. I mean, shit. Like the worst shit you could be born into. All right? But nope, you're born in 24, where you can have a GoPro in your car recording a podcast episode you want to do. You can drive your car around and you have AC, and you run on alternative fuels and batteries, and things do it for you. It's just, people are so freaking clueless. There's no perception of where you're at right now. The chances of your mom just having another glass of wine and you being a fucking bush right now is astronomically high. The chances of you even watching this video, being able to watch this video, in the grand scheme of our entire existence of time, it is truly a remarkable feat. And people get on the internet, get in their cars and go to the grocery store, and they just are unhappy. They're ungrateful. They're worried. Like, do you not understand how freaking lucky you are? And then on top of it, let's just say you're from my hometown, right? I think about this a lot when I visit other places, and I'm like, God, who would want to live? We were just in Alabama, me and Cole. We were just in Alabama, and we pull into town. There's a Waffle House, there's a Popeyes, there's a McDonald's, and there's a casino. And then 2 hotels. And they ain't nice hotels. I mean, they're labeled nice hotels, but the Holiday Inn in Sarasota, Florida is significantly different than the Holiday Inn in Atmore, Alabama. And so I think all the time, like, when we travel and we go places, how much different would my life be if I wasn't born where I was born at? I was born, I lived out in the country, but I was born in Sarasota. I was raised in the country, on a little farm, and then eventually close to the water. And this whole town's pretty coastal, so we're always fishing, we're always at the beach, we're always doing things down by the water, St. Armand Circle, and Moat Marine, and all these different places, and it's just beautiful. The weather, it's hot, it's got a good breeze, it's humid, but it's a tropical climate. People save up their whole lives to come to places like this, and I was born into it. And I think about that a lot, because I don't ever want to get to the point where I don't remember that I was born into an somewhat easy life. We had money. When I was born, we didn't have any money. We were dirt poor. But then shortly thereafter, Dad made a lot of money, moved to a big house, and then everybody's healthy, family's healthy. Parents get divorced. That was weird. That was challenging. I had a lot of fears. I had a lot of questions. I didn't know what was going on. I was pretty young. I think I was 10 or 11 or so. And then Dad's getting remarried, and then Mom's getting remarried, and we're dealing with other people. And won the lotto on stepmom, but did not win the lotto on stepdad. And it's just, it wasn't bad though. Nobody was beating me. Nobody was abusing me. We weren't so poor we couldn't afford our food. There was just, things were good. And then I think about other people. A lot of people that I look up to the most came from parts of Russia that were very, very dangerous, very, very bad. Came from parts of the world where you would be killed if you said a lot of the things that I've said in the past about government. They'd kill you. And what if I was born in Atmore, Alabama? Like, would I just be, a person about causing an accident? Would I still be as grateful as I am? Would I be as happy as I am? Would I have been a drug user? Would I have been, would I found my wife? What would happen? If you're born in these places, Sarasota, Florida, like, you don't get it. If you have any doubts, any worries, any fears, you really do not get it. And that's not even, we're not getting into the subject of God and beliefs and stuff like that, because that's a whole nother realm of no fear and no doubts and no worries and stress. Just take that out of the equation. You have no logical reason to be upset. Because you could have just been not born. You could have just been non-existent. I watched a YouTuber that I followed for 10 years. Phenomenal guy. Got me into a lot of the things I'm into with reptiles and stuff. And he got cancer. He's young. I want to say he's probably 50 or so. And or maybe a little bit younger than that even. In his 40s. He gets cancer and quickly declines, and just a month and a half ago, it's on YouTube. He says, I've been moved to hospice and this is it. Like, he's crying and stuff. I'm gonna miss my family and do all this stuff. But I'm happy that I got at least this. I got to do what I loved. I got to share things. I got to show you people what it's all about. I got to do good for the 40 or 50 years I was here. I got to do so much. And I was grateful and thankful for that. Toby Keith, probably one of the first musicians I even recognized as a kid, other than Roger Miller. Like, Toby Keith had been there from the start. Huge fan of Toby Keith, love his music. And I saw him get cancer, a year ago. I saw him announce it, and he just passed away. A live performance on TV, everybody's clapping, he doesn't say anything about being better or not, and then, the next day, 2 days later, dead. He could have just not been born at all. He could have been non-existent at all. We could have never known who he is, whether you like him or not. Could have never known who he is. He could have never been a thought. That name could have meant nothing. He could have inspired nobody. But yet, for the time that he was here, he did. So even if you or somebody around you is going through it, gonna die soon, or just died tragically, there's still some gratitude for the fact that they even existed, that you even got to love them enough to be sad of their passing. There is no logical reason for any of us to be depressed, to be down, to be worrying. The best way to get out of that is simply to be grateful, to be happy about the fact that you do have things that a lot of people don't. It's like 7.8 billion people. I think it's billion. 7.8 million. Anyways, a ridiculous amount of humans don't even have clean drinking water. Don't even have safe, bottled water. We just take advantage of. We just pop open a bottle of water, suck it down, $3.25 at Publix. We don't even think about it. They don't even have that. But we walk around copping attitude because we don't like our boss, we don't like our job, somebody cut us off in traffic. It's fucking ridiculous is what it is. If you don't like your job, quit. Go get a new job. If you don't like the person you hang out with, or the person you're married to, the person, if you don't like something, do something about it. Action alleviates anxiety. And on the flip side, if you're just grateful for even knowing those things, even having the job, even having the spouse, even having whatever it is, chances are all your problems will just go away. That's the best way to get to your best self, is to just be thankful. Gratitude will go so far. It will absolutely revolutionize your entire life. Your entire existence will change if you can just be thankful for what you already have. My favorite verse, I'm a Christian, my favorite verse is James 1 through 5. James 1 through 5. That everything, anything should be considered as joy. Because that is the channel through which God can give you anything and everything that you need and or want. If you're just happy, if you're just thankful for the things you have, gotcha. And then it goes on to say, if you lack any knowledge of these things, if you don't understand how this works, just ask. Just ask. You could just go onto your phone right now, open up your Instagram, look at the discovery page, which is like kind of shows you stuff you're interested in, and if you're seeing a bunch of naked girls and car crashes, let's say you're a guy, a bunch of naked girls distracting you, leading you into other things, a bunch of crashes, people getting killed in car accidents, families getting killed, and all that tragedy, just hold your finger down and then say not interested, and then go and let's say you're into cars. All right, I love cars, right? So I'm into cars, and I'm into bugs and insects and tarantulas and shit like that. So let's say I go and I find a couple pages about cars, and then daily driven exotics. All right, I go to their page. I like a lot of their stuff. I comment on some of their things, like, hey, freaking love this, or badass car. I go to another page, and like some pictures of spiders. I go to Spider Shop, or I go to Exotic Unlimited, and I go and like some of their stuff, comment, oh man, I love this spider, I want this tarantula so bad, blah, blah, blah. And then I go back to my feed, and guess what it is? It's things I'm interested in. It's cars. It's spiders. I go to some motivations. I like some David Goggins stuff. I like some Leif Babin, and some, what's the other guy? I like some of the stuff that I really, I follow. And Bedros Keuilian, like one of my favorites. Gary Vee, one of my favorites. And all of a sudden, all my shit's happy. All my shit's good. If you like videos of dogs, flopping over and showing you their belly, like, go find those videos, like them, comment on them, save them, and then you will start populating that stuff, because you are the algorithm. You are the algorithm. If you're seeing a bunch of shit that you don't like, if you're in a bunch of shit that you don't like, it's your fault. You're the one doing that. Not Instagram, not Facebook, not your friends. Your friends are dealing with enough shit on their own. They got enough crap going on in their own lives. You gotta think about this. You got to get this down. You got to reflect on the fact that you are the reason you're either unhappy or you are happy. If you're worried, you're not grateful. And if you want to stop worrying, if you want to stop feeling that way, you need to give some thanks for the things that you actually have. Be thankful you're not in a country right now being bombed. A lot of the world's being bombed right now. Freaking missiles flying over their heads. But nope, you're in Sarasota, Florida, driving through Lakewood Ranch, about to go get a coffee. The fuck? You have no reason to be upset. That's all I got today. And I got a lot more coming. Remember always that normal is not working. You gotta be weird. See you next time. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro stopped recording.